Hi, in this video, we're going to learn about unit vectors. Now, what is a unit vector? Well, it's going to be any vector that has a length of 1, and that's why it's called a unit, because it's 1, all right? Now, any vector you have can be turned into a unit vector by dividing it by its own magnitude. So that might look something like this, where u is the unit vector, and that's equal to the vector v divided by the magnitude of v. So let's say I want to find the unit vector that is going to go with v equals 3, 4. So really, I'm looking for a vector of length 1 that goes in the same direction as 3, 4. So to do that, I'm going to find the magnitude of v first. Remember, the magnitude formula is the square root of x squared plus y squared, where x is the first component and y is the second component of the vector. Now that we have that figured out, let's see if we can plug some things in. In this case, 3 is my x component, so that goes into the x spot. 4 is my y component, so that goes into the y spot. Now I have 3 squared plus 4 squared under the square root, which is going to be the square root of 9 plus 16, which is the square root of 25, which of course is 5. Now that I know that the magnitude of the vector 3, 4 is 5, I can divide this vector by that magnitude. So I have 3, 4 over 5. Now, when I take a whole vector and I divide it by a number, I'm really dividing every single component by that number. So this really becomes 3/5, 4/5, which has a length of 1 and is in the same direction as 3, 4. Let's see if we can do another one. How about this one, where our vector is -5, 12? Well, just like before, in order to find the unit vector, I have to divide by the magnitude, which of course means I need to first find the magnitude. So I'm going to use this formula. I'm going to replace the x in the formula with my x component, which is -5. So this becomes -5 squared instead of x squared. And then plus the y component is 12, so plus 12 squared. And all of that's still under the square root. Now, remember, -5 squared is really a positive 25, and 12 squared is 144. And so when I'm simplifying this, I'm going to end up with the square root of 169, or 13. Now that I found my magnitude, I can turn this vector into its unit vector by dividing by that magnitude. So I'll take v, I'll divide by the magnitude of v. So in this case, that's -5, 12 divided by 13. When I divide each component by 13 instead of the whole vector, it comes out to be -5/13, 12/13. And that's how you find unit vectors.